Hi, my name is Danny McKinley, and today I am here at Zia Comics in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I'm going to show you how to play the 2 to 4 player game from Quick Simple Fun Games, Veggie Garden, where you will be manipulating this vegetable garden, trying to collect vegetables into your hand, and trying to get the most points while having to deal with the pesky rabbit and gopher. So let me show you how it plays. So Veggie Garden, you're going to play 2 to 4 players, and you'll be using this Veggie Garden to manipulate the points of each of your gardens and use the vegetables ability to help get you the most amount of points at the end of the game. Now, how do you do that? I want to point out first that each of the fence posts that are set out randomly, that's how much that spot that it's adjacent to is going to be worth at the end of the game. So in this example, I have 2 potatoes out, and I have a 1 and a 3. So potatoes at the end of the game, if it stays in this configuration, will be worth 4 points each one you have. Now you will start with a couple in your hand that will be kept secret as well. So let's say these are the first 2 that I start with. And there's also the pit in the middle that is not worth points, but can also be used to manipulate the board. So players on their turn, they will simply take one of the vegetables from this market and add it to their hand. When they do so, they will activate that vegetable's ability. Now there's a few different abilities. There comes with 6 different vegetables in the box. Today we're not going to be playing with carrots, so we'll remove these from the game. You will always play with 5 of the 6 vegetables that are included in the game. And so if I were to pick up a tomato, I will add this to my hand, potentially scoring it for later in the game, but then I will also read its ability and follow the instructions. The tomato, discard a veggie in the garden and replace it with one from the harvest. So let's see. I will discard this cabbage from the game and I will replace it with peas. Play continues like this, using the character's abilities and replacing the harvest until all players have 8 cards in their hand, in which case they take 1 card remaining from the harvest and add it to their hand, and then they count up points at the end of the game. Let's say these were my points. Each of my tomato cards will be worth a total of 1 plus the 3 plus 1 more. So 5 points for each tomato card I have. I am lucky because I have 4 tomato cards. I have ended up with 20 points from this alone. Also, if you are able to get 1 of each of the 5 vegetable cards, you'll get a bonus 10 points, which can kind of make or break the game in some occurrences. So let's talk about what each of the abilities do, and then you'll have a good understanding on how the game works out. The potato, you can exchange a card from your hand with 1 in the garden. Peas, you move the groundhog, then swap any 2 vegetables opposite of the groundhog. Groundhog always stays in the center area, but when I place him down or move him to a different space, I can trade any 2 cards that are adjacent to him, like so. That's not also up or down or left or right, that could be diagonal as well, which can really change things. Then we have the tomato, which we had already talked about. The cabbage, you can shift a row or column of veggies or fence posts, and then the groundhog blocks it. So in this example, the groundhog is blocking, but I could take this tomato, slide these up, and place this right there. The peppers, you can swap adjacent vegetable or fence posts. So I could take these 2 and trade the places for them. Once again, the groundhog blocks that. And then finally, you have the bunny. If you start the game with carrots, then the bunny will be in one of these fence posts, and by activating the carrots, he will move to a different fence post, any one of your choosing, and that value will change to his spot. The bunny won't be worth any victory points at the end of the game, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And that's, in a nutshell, how you play Veggie Garden. As you can see, this game is incredibly quick, it's super easy to pick up, and it has great art. Everybody falls for the gopher and the bunny token the minute they see it. And it's a great family weight game, but there's a lot of depth and strategy added onto it. So, come check it out. If you ever want to try playing it, come by Zia Comics in Las Cruces, New Mexico, where we'll be happy to show you how to play.